Good morning, Stampers. I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and it is a Monday morning, so I hope it's as sunny where you are as it is here. I have another project tutorial for you. This one features one of the designer series papers that will be retiring. This one is called True Love designer series paper, and it's actually from the Valentine set here in the January through June mini catalog. So it's definitely not Valentine only paper though. It is absolutely beautiful. It is all black and white. So it's this one down here. And morning guys, hi Trish and Kay and Cindy and Cheryl. Happy Monday. So we're gonna use this paper because I love these florals, and the backside is all black and white neutrals. So it gives you lots and lots of different possibilities for what to do with this paper. So, hey Trish. So you're gonna want to grab this and your Stampin Blends, and if these colors don't make you like super excited for a Monday morning, I don't know, we're trying here. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and get started. I have oops, getting close. Getting closer, there we go. All right, so I have my markers ready. And this is going to be a great Stampin' Blends tutorial for you. Some people love to color and they're all over it and just every chance they get. Some people avoid coloring like it is the plague. And I can understand that too, but the color tip that I am going to give you makes it really simple, and you're gonna wanna color everything. So let's take a look at these papers. I'm covering up this one because I already started coloring a little bit. So these papers are really, really nicely drawn by the artists at Stampin' Up! Because they have on them what I like to call color here lines. And if you look into like the depth of this flower, so this is very pretty in black and white. You could totally use it this way, do a gorgeous black and white card, but you could also color this. And if you look at the little lines in here, the center of the flower where it's shadowed is going to be the darkest, right? And the artist created the look of the shadow by adding all these little black hash lines. I call these color here lines, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll show you this one. We're going to use this one right here. These are from a paper share that I did for the last catalog, which I will be doing again for the new catalog. So keep an eye out for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this set of flowers right here, and then we're going to add this as an embellishment to our card. So Stampin' Blends markers come two to a package, a light and a dark. And my first strategy is usually to lay a foundation of color down over the whole image to give you just a lighter background. And believe it or not, this is the lighter of the Magenta Madness markers. So you can see I kind of like to color the outline, just do a contour around the edges, and then that way I can go back and just sort of add some color here with a circular motion and get that filled in, okay? So that's, I find, my easiest way to do this. So I'm gonna go around these three, and then we'll kind of color one at a time after this so that you can kind of see how that process goes. And then we'll come back with our other colors. Stampin' Blends markers are alcohol markers. So if you're coloring images you've stamped, you're gonna wanna use not stays on, okay? If you think about it, if you stamp something in alcohol ink, which is stays on ink, and then you color over it with more alcohol, you're basically gonna smear everything in sight. So you wanna stamp with Memento and then use your Stampin' Blend so that you have opposite solvent. And I'm gonna pull you guys down here pretty close. There we go, let's see. All right, so you can see. Now, this is where the dark comes in, and I am going to now color each petal individually, and I'm gonna start with the color here lines. And I'm going to, see there's a little color here line at the top, so I had to add a little up there. And I'm gonna concentrate my color where the color here lines are most dense, and then just do little touches where the color here lines are spread out a little more. So there's a color here line, there's a color here line. You can see how they fall behind each petal. So you're getting a color here line behind each petal where they're overlapping and making shadows. So like right in here are a bunch of color here lines. We're gonna follow each petal at a time. Okay, and then these I'll do up a little more there. Okay, so there's step one. All right, or step two. So one was lay a color foundation, two, use the color here lines, and then three is go back with my lighter blend and color at the intersection between the lighter and the darker tones to soften that look just a little bit. Okay, see how I'm just adding just a little bit of blend there to soften that look. And I might go back over, if I missed any color here lines that I'm seeing now, I might go back and add those, okay? All right, so you can kind of see the difference here between this flower, which has tons of dimension, and this flower, which is looking pretty flat. So let's go back and add to these color here lines. And you don't have to be super exact necessarily, because basically when you go over with a second color, you're using the alcohol in the second marker color to sort of pick up those pigments and smooth them around just a little bit more, okay? And we'll slide this guy in here. And again, just find those color here lines. So that's one of the things I love about detailed paper like this, or detailed stamp images. They often have color here lines also. And those color here lines just really make things easy for us in terms of getting from having a flat image to a really nice dimensional one. Aw, Carol says it's raining there. Sorry, Carol. Hopefully the sun will come out soon. All right. So I'm going back and coloring just a little bit at the intersection of all of these color here lines. Okay, and then we're gonna go on to Granny Apple Green. This color is Magenta Madness, which is one of the continuing in colors. And I'm super excited because when the new in colors come out, they actually all have Stampin Blends. So we'll be able to do Stampin Blends in all of them. And if you're wondering why I haven't colored this little one bud over here, I think we're gonna eliminate that one. So again, first step, lay down color. Second step, accent the color here lines with a darker marker. And third, color at the intersection between the two to soften the line. Okay. All right, and if you hear lots of like thudding upstairs, where we have a vet appointment for our rabbit, just for annual checkup, because you should get your rabbits annually checked up. And so I think Abby is trying to wrestle her into her into her carry crate here. So nothing like having a vet appointment right after your video, right? So if you're watching on YouTube, you might have to wait just a little longer today because I have to go do rabbit appointments. Okay, so there is our flowers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take my paper snips, and I'm not gonna like cut across these other flowers because I think I can use them later. And actually, I think on one of the butterfly cards that I'm trying to think if it's the one I linked. I don't think it's the one I linked here. One of the butterfly cards that I did this spring, I showed how to use just the edges of the paper to decorate a card. So you could totally make a card with using just these little edges of cut off flowers, and it would be really pretty. So don't just rip across those, your scissors. So paper snips, remember, keep your scissors steady. So you probably notice my scissors are hardly moving except to just squeeze and cut the line. I am using my left hand, because I'm right-handed, to cut or to turn the paper so that my scissors cut exactly where I want them to, okay? All right, so now we have our Stampin' Blends colored flowers. Aren't they pretty? Let's see. And Trish says the color seems less intimidating. Yes, really, color here lines make it kind of super simple. All right, so now I wanted to take this and add it to a black and white card. Maybe I'll keep you guys scooted in there. Make sure I'm in the frame. Black and white card, I wanted to do a black layer, right? Because we learned last week that when you have a black layer behind your white layer like this, it really makes things pop. But then I wanted to add some decoration to this. So if you don't know about these are the Stitched with Whimsy dies. They're on the last page of the January to June catalog with the hot dog stamp set that's retiring. So if you are a dachshund or a dog lover, make sure you don't wait on those. But these dies will continue, and I love them for this Stitched with Whimsy die cut design. So I'm going to layer these together, and where's my Stampin' Seal? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this down and layer this on here. And all the supplies for this project are linked in the video description. And then I am going to go ahead and pop this across here. Now, I actually haven't put this whole card together before. I just kind of had an idea for it, and I got the pieces together but haven't assembled it. So we're gonna kind of piece things as we go and decide what we like together. All right, for my card base though, I am using the thick basic white cardstock. It's just a little bit heavier, and it is perfect when you have a card base that is gonna be white because it's just a little bit stronger. Now, we have two things to add to this. We have a gorgeous colored image here, and we have a heat embossed white and black message. And this comes from the Many Messages set here, which if you are wanting to see this in action, in the video tutorial linked in the description, or blog post linked in the video description, there's a step-by-step heat embossing tutorial and how to use this die. So check that out. This is an amazing set of greetings. It's one stamp like this, but it covers all these things. And my strategy for this has been to go ahead and stamp it once or twice, die cut, and then just save all the pieces so that when you're ready to use something, all you have to do is open up your case and go ahead and pull those out. If there's one you love, you might have to make more, but it cuts all these things at once because the stamps and the dies match, so it's super speedy. And so I have this birthday message, and I don't know, what do you guys think? Do we like the leaf pointed down like this? Do we like it this direction? Ooh, okay, this one, I'm looking at it upside down, so I might be skewed, but let's see. I feel like the flowers kind of have a direction to them. Oh, I think they're okay like this because they're hanging down. And I like it where the leaf points towards our greeting. We might even like tuck it. Do we do side? So many possibilities, right? Like all of these, this is kind of what I had in mind up on a corner like this, but really there's lots of things we could do here. I kind of like that actually. Okay. So then I'm going to get this set. I'm going to pop a Stampin' Dimensional on the back and pull the backings off and go ahead and set this here. So when I get my pieces lined up, I usually leave them and then take them off one at a time to go ahead and add the dimensionals to them. With Stampin' Blends, you'll notice that your paper will bleed through to the back. That's how the alcohol markers work. They're actually saturating the paper. So you want to think ahead and make sure you have layers on your card so that your inside your card aren't showing that there. Let's see, what do we think? Up here, down. Let's see, up. I think I like down. We'll kind of put those on the same line there. Okay, so now we have our card kind of set, and we need to add some embellishments. So I grabbed two, the Opal Rounds, which are really pretty, and Dress Anything Up because they have those, can you guys see those flakes in there? Those beautiful flakes. But I also have the matte black dots, and I think I like these better for sort of our black and white contrasty thing. So I'm just gonna pop a couple of these on here. Let's see, 1, 2, and maybe a smaller one over there. And then we have our 3. I like to do 3s of things. So a really pretty card using the True Love Designer Series paper. These papers come as 12 by 12. You get 2 each of 6 of the double-sided designs. And so lots and lots of lots and lots of pattern choices. And then that stitched Whimsy die really sets off the rest of it. So, all right, I think that covers us for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed our pretty card and some lessons on using those, sorry, like sinking here, using those color here lines to really make the most of really pretty coloring opportunities like with this paper. So, all right, be sure to check the retiring list and clearance list. Be sure to check the things that are retiring both from the January through June catalog soon. They're not technically while supplies last yet, but the things from the annual catalog are. Oh, and if you loved, oops, I'm flinging them around. If you love mango melody markers, these are retiring and they're on sale. So I do love this mango color, which I used in the center of our flowers. It's kind of halfway between yellow and orange with the way the blends come out, and I do love it as a great accent. So there's not another color that's really similar to this, so I would say if you are a Stampin' Blends collector, make sure you add Mango Melody before they're gone. They're just like $1 or $2 off, I think. I think that covers us for today. So hope to see you guys back on Wednesday, and I hope that your Monday is absolutely splendid, and I hope the rabbit gets a clean bill of health report from the vet. So happy stamping, guys. Thanks for watching this morning.